Before we cover arranging worksheets, now's a good time to do a review about the differences between splitting, freezing panes, because arrange worksheets is a little bit of a variation here off of splitting a worksheet. So for example, if you go to your View tab where everything's at, you're splitting and freezing panes. The difference between splitting a pane is that when you click anywhere in your worksheet, it'll freeze everything above and to the left of it, as you already know, because I assumed you watched the training video on it when you click on it. That means that I can go ahead in any one of these panes and still scroll around, but it's all duplicate data. So what I see over here is going to be duplicated down here, but in the window I can scroll up and down so I can compare right here to what's up there without having to remove this and go up and down while I'm trying to compare Bill O'Reilly to somebody way down here that's off the chart here, off the spreadsheet. Freezing a pane, for example, if I go ahead up at the top and I click here and I freeze it, means that it freezes the pane where I can't click up above. You can see the split line. Everything up above is frozen. So I can scroll down, but it doesn't change up above. So the difference between splitting and freezing is splitting allows different windows that you can scroll in any one of the windows, but freezing just says, look, I'm going to freeze part of it that you can't scroll in, but everything else is scrollable. So I'm going to go ahead and unfreeze that. And again, you want to watch the training videos on that. Now to the next step is arranging worksheets. This new window button in the Windows group on the View tab actually will create duplicates of your worksheet here in a new window. So for example, if I click on New Window, notice down at the bottom I have Payroll 1, Payroll 2, New Window, Payroll 3, New Window, Payroll 4. Now just in and of itself, I mean, if I click on these, I'm just seeing the same thing, right? What this does is it allows me to open up the same worksheet several times, but being able to view different parts of it. Now how do I do that? Because it's just as easy to click on the split and stay in the same window than to click on these different workbooks that are just copies of the original workbook here. Well, in addition to opening new windows, you want to click on the Arrange All so you can tile these either horizontally or vertically. And what it'll do is it'll take all the open workbooks here and either tile them, let's do horizontally and see what it looks, well, let's do vertically and click OK. So everything's vertical. If I don't like that, I can go ahead and Arrange All and let's say Tiled and click OK. So it looks in Tile Formats Checkerboard. Now again, all this does is when you click on New Window, it just creates a copy of your original workbook here, and it doesn't save anything. In other words, you can't come in here and make changes and save it, and it won't save as DF Payroll number 4. These don't save, they're just copies, that's all. So the whole purpose of this is, let's say I want to compare Max, but somewhere down on row 50 here, I can use this pane to scroll all the way down over here to compare maybe Sherry's instead of having one worksheet where I'm scrolling up and down. Well, you could do that in a split window, that's true, but could you also have additional windows where you can go over here and scroll for more data, maybe on a new worksheet, and be able to view that on a second worksheet because maybe you have more than one worksheet here. And you can see it duplicates in all the windows here, but again, if I close out of here, it's not going to ask me to save even though I added a new worksheet. But I'm back to my original. You can see it goes from DF Payroll 1 back to its original settings. So these duplicates, any changes I make isn't going to affect it here. But I can expand that and I'm back to my original. So the whole purpose of a new window and using the combined feature of Arranging All allows you to view in checkerboard format additional windows and being able to compare and contrast. Now can you make changes? If I go ahead and click New Window, and let me try this again, Arrange All to horizontally, can I go ahead and make any changes I want in here and hit Enter? Automatically it goes to the original here, so if I close out of here, it doesn't ask me to save that, but when I maximize that, the change is permanent in my original window here, and I can't even undo it. So be careful what you type in because it's actually going to affect everything else. So let me go back in and take a guess and see if this employee, delete that, and let's see what the formula was. Click and drag and use the autofill, and that's multiplying his hours by his rate, and it looks good. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, as soon as I upload a new video, you'll be notified instantly, and you can do that by coming over here and clicking on my face. You can also click here to support me, so for $2 a month, you can have access to over 2,700 training videos, all ad-free, and for a few bucks more, you can have access to my exercises, instructor notes, quizzes, certificate of completion, and a whole lot more.